What's going on, everybody? Hello, welcome, and thank you for joining us for anything and everything rock and roll. Of course, with a little bit of ADD. I'm Zach.
And I'm Robin.
And you're listening to Rock Detention.
I don't feel tardy.
I was going to say, gentlemen, how are we doing? But Robin, how are we doing?
We're good. We're down one thanks to a trolley in Gatlinburg. Don't worry,
or is he in...
He says he's in Gatlinburg. So don't worry, TJ wasn't hit by a trolley in Gatlinburg. He's stuck on a trolley in Gatlinburg. So
thank you for clarifying that one.
But yes. So yeah, we're down one tonight.
Down one, but that's okay because we're gonna have one later. Actually sooner than later.
Yeah.
But dude, how's your week going? What you been up to, man? I feel a little MIA. I haven't.
This is the first time we've talked, I think, all week.
Talked in. Yeah.
It's just been, everything's decided to explode and light on fire at the same time. Waterloo, please sponsor us.
Hello, Waterloo. We love you. We drink you. You are in us.
Oh man, my Whataburger cup's not in here. Damn. Oh well. So yeah, everything's just it's just been putting out fires left and right. Eddie V's.
Are we referring to your band stuff? Are we talking about your cover gig? Or are we talking about your new job? Or am I allowed to say that? Or
it's everything. It's everything.
Okay. Righteous.
So yeah, it's Eddie V's went back to all locations. Now have music 7 nights a week again, and
I mean, I'd like to say that's good for you, Mike.
Oh no, it's good, but it was like, I had to go to Houston and fix both sound systems in Houston to make sure that they were ready to have music, live music again, and then then I had to come back here and fix the piano, or start the fixing process for the piano here at the Eddie V's in Austin, and then we're doing all the shit that we're doing down at the Elephant Room, and then I finished up my album. It's done.
Dude.
It's done recording. My EP.
Congratulations!
So
so now it's off to mixing.
It's off to mixing. And so that was a lot of fun. It's weird to think it's all over now. We're on to the next phase, so the recording's all over. So
dude, you know what? Be excited, man.
Yeah.
That's really exciting, and you should be able to breathe a little bit better at night. You get that weight off your shoulder of okay, we got this done. Now it's out of my hands.
Yeah. And, well, it's funny because I really, really enjoy the recording process. So it's kind of one of those things where I'm like, I really don't want to be done. I like doing this.
I gotcha, but, you got to get something pumped out.
Oh, yeah, and I'm excited where, it'll be released as a series of 5 singles, and then when the 5th single comes out, we'll just drop it'll be a whole EP instead of 5 singles.
Dude,
I'm excited. I'm excited for the world to hear this, because everybody that I've played it for, because it's one of those things when you're vulnerable and you're showing someone your art before it's like even done. It's like, this is it as it stands now, and everybody's just paying me all these massive compliments, and I'm just going, are you listening correctly to this? Like, it's okay.
Look, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not half bad. Okay, you got some good shit.
Stop it.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. Part of the reason I've been MIA is I've had family in town.
Yeah, I was gonna ask
for the last 5 days.
You've had a pretty massively busy weekend.
Absolutely, and thank you for reminding me that you did send me one of your singles, and I have not had a chance to properly be in the right headspace, have good speakers or headphones. I haven't been able to sit down and listen to it, but I will, and I.
You are witnessing, folks, how much Zach actually cares about what I do. He doesn't have the time. I'm kidding. I'm giving you shit.
I would think you would rather me listen to it in the right mindset and on correct audio versus me just throwing it on my phone while I'm brushing my teeth.
Dude,
I would think you would want me to do that.
Just giving you shit, man.
Right on. I got you, but people that aren't in the music industry might be like, man, that Zach, he's a real asshole, man. He won't even listen to his best friend's song. Like, listen.
Time out.
But I'm very excited to hear it. So I'll probably have to scroll through about 100 text messages to go find it.
I'll send you to you again. Actually, what I'm going to do is send you when they send me why don't you just wait a second and I'll just send you the Dropbox file when all 5 are. I get the first rough mix, and you can tell me what you think.
Okay.
So.
I mean, well, I'll do whatever you want, man. But
whatever I want.
Okay, shut up. I'm very excited to hear those. And dude, I just want to point something out. Like, we love you, TJ, and we are so I don't want to say so sad. I mean, I wish you were here, but I'm not crying, you know. But dude, this is like going. This is old school. This is like first episode shit right here. Just the two of us.
Yeah, this is weird.
I mean,
it's weird to just have the two. Like, I love it, but at the same time, it's like it's just weird because I'm so used to that third person.
Absolutely.
So,
those first like episode or two were just tests.
Yeah.
It was you and I here in the middle of the day shooting the shit on like Facebook Live or something. And I remember we did our first one and we talked for like an hour and didn't even realize it. And I remember we finished it and I called you after. I was like, that was the most fun I've had in a long time.
Well, I just remember you being worried. Like, are we going to be able to talk for an hour? What are we going to talk about? Like, are we going to be able to carry this for an hour long? I was like, dude, we'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Well, I mean, hey, dude,
it's good
for those of you, absolutely, and for those of you, you know, out there wanting to do a podcast, like it you do have to think about that. You know, can you talk about a topic, or can you carry a conversation for an hour or an hour and a half or two or whatever? It definitely makes it a lot easier having two great folks to split the conversation with. You know.
Well, speaking of conversations,
oh no, I think we should make him wait longer. He was giving you some faces when at the beginning of it, and he was talking into his mic. I was like, "Come on, man, we hear you." Go ahead. Who do we got on tonight, Robin?
Tonight we have the incomparable Andy McIntyre, fantastic guitar player, fantastic songwriter. He has a new single that has been recently released with new material on the way. We're just gonna go ahead and just bring him on and have.
Are we doing this?
Have some conversation. So, Andy McIntyre, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeet. What's up, homie? How are you doing?
Whoops.
I'm doing. Sorry, I was texting a bunch of people. Hey, be sure to watch this. Hey,
absolutely.
Drop your cock and pull up your socks. Watch this.
Hey, and subscribe and comment and ask ridiculous questions in the comments.
We do encourage.
I always tell them to do that.
We do encourage ridiculous questions, and I hope that Jeff comes on tonight and asks a ridiculous question because he's always got them.
Now,
wait,
Andy,
who's Jeff?
He's a friend of TJ's, right?
Yeah.
He comes on and he'll like think of these random questions, like you're speeding towards a cliff, and your car has no brakes. What song are you listening to? Kind of things, you know.
And mine will always forever be the same answer.
Yeah.
Dude, at the show I played on Friday, I played at Live Oak here in Nashville, and like 2 songs before I went on stage, Firehouse, All She Wrote came on. I was like, it's gonna be a good night. Are you a Firehouse fan, Andy?
Somewhat.
I mean, you know who we're talking about, like the early '90s, like '80s metal band.
Oh, no, sorry. I was thinking of an 80s band, the band that came out of Split Enz, the Finn Brothers band. Sorry, totally different band.
Okay, no worries. Who produced, what was it, Mutt Lange that did Firehouse?
Oh,
Robin?
I don't believe so. I have a Google machine that I will ask.
I know it was a big name. It was either Dan Huff or Mutt Lange. It was one of those two that is the brainchild behind them.
Probably Mutt.
I'm pretty sure it's Mutt, but if you could verify that, Robin is our
I'll verify.
Class. What position would that be in? Like, there's the secretary, the treasurer.
David Prater produced the first Firehouse album.
Okay, but no, not the first one.
Yes.
The one. That's fine, but what is the blue one that has the girl on the front?
Yeah, that's the first album, Firehouse. Yeah, this one.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, that was produced by David Prater.
Lang. No, I'm. This is crazy. I've got to know this. Here, y'all talk for a second because this is gonna bug the crap.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves. Andy, how are you?
I'm good, Robin. How are you?
I'm doing great.
What's up, Cody Parks? Cody Parks just texted me, and he said neither. Then why did I think Mutt Lange had something to do with it?
I don't know, because you want Mutt Lange to be involved with everything because he literally
I
is one
do.
of the best. But Mutt Lange is not our guest. Is not our guest on this show tonight.
I know, but we're talking about good music, man. Come on.
Come on, man.
Speaking of producing music and speaking of producing new music, you were just out in California, Andy.
I was.
What fabulous studio were you at?
Was it Sunset?
Sunset. And yeah. So Sunset,
Room
and you
3.
were in tracking room 3, right?
Yes. Which is the it's the board that you hear essentially, or at least a good chunk of Prince's 1999.
Okay. Oh wow, really?
Yeah, and Van Halen overdubs, and I gotta say, hearing stems monitored through that board. You know how 1999 and Purple Rain both have like this sort of, how can I describe it? There's low end, but it's not super extended.
Yeah.
But it's super fucking tight.
Mm-hmm.
And the mid range is like super transparent. It's pokey, but it's like nice pokey. But the top end is very wide without sounding overly sparkly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sounding like an idiot here, but seriously, that console sounds like 1999.
Yeah.
You put a drum loop through it, and it's like, oh, it's like a B-side that never came out from like that is the sound of that desk.
So it's funny
pretty wild.
It's funny that you mentioned 1999 because I have been, since we started this third season, on the description for all the YouTube videos that when we go live, I always put a little blurb like Andy McIntyre joins us tonight, blah blah blah, and then underneath it I put like required reading or required listening because it's rock retention, so I take the whole school thing.
Yeah.
And I put on there required listening. I put you, and then I put Prince's 1999. just rounds like. I know he likes Prince. I'll just put 1999 up there.
Just for the hell of it.
And
he just happened to...
It just happened to do
that.
Wow. Yeah. That's funny.
Who were you recording with? Was this your personal stuff?
Yeah. My own stuff. I did something similar a couple of years ago over at Abbey Road where I cut all basics here in Austin, just drums, all the multi-tracks, drums, bass, and like just a scratch guide rhythm part. Then took it to this other schmancy studio and just went boop. And obviously, I had everything mapped out in my head and had mocked it up here over in my room. So I could just systematically go through boom, done, boom, done, boom, and not have to think about it and not like waste time and not do the things like, well, I was thinking maybe we could explore the oranges and tangerines and the pancake tone. Like, no. Let the engineer do what they do because it's their room. They're going to fucking know it way more than I do.
Sure.
And I know what the parts are, so don't waste time.
It sounds very efficient.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, did you leave yourself a little bit of wiggle room to maybe experiment and try some crazy stuff?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. With Sunset, they have their Waves makes a version of their plug-in version of their stock tanks. Jesus Christ, they're reverb rooms, and and you just
the chamber.
Yeah, the chamber. Thank you. And you just plug into the wall, and it loops everything back around, and they have it mic'd, which is upstairs. Actually, their chambers are upstairs, and you can go into any one of the three, just as long as no other studio's using it, and print that back into the session. And it sounds like It is amazing how close the emulation is, but the real thing,
of course, man,
it's untouchable. It's cool.
Have you? Was that on vocals?
No.
You do all this singing as well, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I do.
But so this was guitar tones.
Yeah, and piano and acoustic.
What reverb did you use on the vocal?
I think it was I think they were using tank number 1. Well, actually, no. Well for vocals, I didn't cut vocals there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just the guitar.
Right on.
Well, I
Just
did. I started to, but it was at the very end of the day, and I was like tired, and I was like, well, let's just throw up a mic and try and get a tone. And I was like, screw it, I'll just cut it at home.
Now, why LA? I mean, 2 or 3,
Mhm.
maybe more that I don't know about. But there are 2 or 3 like major recording studios,
Right.
plus or minus 30 or 45 minutes away from Austin. Why
Mhm.
LA?
Well, I've recorded in at Arlen
Okay.
twice.
Awesome room. Yeah.
Yeah, great room. The album I made released before Melomania was called Ruby. That was done over at Arlen. And where else have I been here in Austin? Now I'm blanking. Oh, it's it's doesn't have the name of Arlen, but our good friends over at 601 Studio in South Austin,
Yeah.
Eric Harrison and Michael Ingber.
Yeah.
Righteous.
They have a righteous little room there. It's great.
But did you answer my question?
I don't think I'm answering your question.
Yeah, you definitely didn't. Why did you go to LA?
Yeah. Oh, why?
You have all these rooms in Austin.
Okay, here, look. Look. Here everyone everyone has their own home studio now, right? Yeah. And Chuck Chirac is the smartest motherfucker in the whole freaking world. Second only to whoever the CEO of Vintage King is. For those of you listening, if you know who Chuck Chirac is, you know where I'm going with this.
I don't. Can you tell us who he is?
Chuck Chirac is I believe he's the founder, but he's definitely the CEO of Sweetwater.
Okay.
So that guy made bank last year, and that guy was making bank prior to that, and that guy is going to continue to clean up.
Of course.
And
their business model is genius.
It's genius. It's totally genius. So, unfortunately, not every single, vintage equipped, world famous studio is going to be around forever. And I do this thing where I save up as much money as I can, or AKA try not to foolishly spend it. And then I started going, well, I think I'd like to track over that studio. It's just for one day. And it's just like, look, this joint may not be here when I'm an old man. It may not be here in 20 years. I don't know what's going to happen. If COVID taught us anything, we have no fucking idea what's going to happen next.
Of course. Agreed.
So I was very lucky enough that I could record over Abbey Road. That was incredible. And then I'm also very fortunate enough to record over at Sunset. And it just felt like
time out, the Abbey Road.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can rent the rooms.
What's that?
You can rent the rooms.
You're gonna get on a plane and smack me. Yeah. I tracked over at Abbey Road.
Same Abbey Road as the Beatles.
Yes. Which song did you do? Which song did you finish up at Abbey Road?
Dirty Conversations.
Cool.
I mean, am I the only one who thinks that's really fucking cool? I mean, that's.
You know what's funny is you and Robin are some of the very few who actually think that cool. I got a lot of shit for doing that when I came home to Austin.
Why?
I got a lot of shit for that. I don't know why. All I know is I was told, hey, you should sort of maybe downplay that a little bit. Like, why? And then I found out why. Then a month later, I'm at someone else's band's show in South Austin, supporting them. And I'm also kind of supporting the opening act because I'm like, I've heard this name before. I don't know him well. And I'm standing at the bar. I've told the story a lot, and as one does, you start drinking and you're like, oh, I gotta go take a piss. You walk over to the bathroom, you go there, you do your thing. 2 guys follow you into the bathroom. And one of them starts going, and it was just it was 8th grade, high school, all over again. And it's one of them standing there holding his junk too. And he's looking at me and I'm like, okay, cool, right on, thanks, I think. And one goes, hey, and his buddy goes, what? He goes, you know what this bathroom reminds me of, right? And his friend goes, yeah, I do. I know what you're thinking. It reminds you of the bathroom at Abbey Road. And his friend goes, exactly. This place is just like Abbey Road. You know, when I was tracking at Abbey Road. And then I'm washing my hands and I do the thing where you look over your shoulder and you're like, oh my fucking God. And one of these guys look kind of mean and nasty too. I'm not a little guy, but I'm not 6 foot. I'm 5'9.5". I could handle myself if I had to, but I'm not about to get into like a brawl in a Texas bar where the TABC do not fuck around and the cops don't give a shit. They will blame anybody, you know? And
so who are these guys?
Well, rightfully so. It's like you don't know who started what. You have no idea. So I quickly exited and went back to the bar. And I told my wife, it's like, you are not going to believe what I just. And this motherfucker follows me then around, and then I'm here, he's there, and he orders a drink, and then turns his head toward me as I'm looking forward, and just stares at me for like 40 seconds. In other words, like, take a swing at me, hit me kind of vibe. I'm like, all this over the fact that I recorded at some fucking studio.
Wait a minute.
All that.
So they overheard you talk about Abbey Road, and then they were just being dicks in the bathroom.
They didn't overhear me. They saw it on social media.
Yeah.
Remember, I was told to like kind of downplay some of that.
Okay, well, I think that's ridiculous. That sounds like jealousy. I think it's badass.
It is, but I was there to like support them. I paid money at the door. Like, hey, genius, this guy just gave you money, and you're shitting on him.
Some people are like, some people are just
come on,
dumb.
man.
Well, I think it's badass, dude. And it sounds very expensive. It sounds like a lot of flights and hotels, but still awesome.
We went into room 3 as we did it as I did at Sunset. Room 3 at Abbey Road, and I mean this with all due respect to anyone who works at Abbey Road and works there. Everyone there is super cool, by the way. There's no fucking weird vibe, no nothing. It's like clean and just immaculate. Room 3 is about 55% less expensive than room 1. Room 1 I was like, hell no. I mean, it's nothing against room 1. I'm just like, I can't afford that.
Yeah, well, room 1's like the biggest room though, right?
Yeah, it's a big white room. It's get back, it's all that stuff. Whereas room 3 is, I mean, it's still big, but famously it was the Dark Side of the Moon.
Well, I mean, that's still pretty cool, my friend.
No, it is.
What desk do they have in room 3?
Pardon me?
What desk do they have in room 3?
So room 3 at Abbey Road, the tracking room is relatively more or less kind of the same as it's always been, which sounds beautiful. It sounds immaculate. It's perfectly tuned. The monitoring room it's totally gutted. It's updated. It's a giant like 1996 SSL J series console, like right 72 input. It's huge.
Oh wow! In room 3.
Yeah, and the ceilings are really short. It's It's super wide, not very deep.
Yeah. When my girlfriend and I went to London in November of 2019, and she kept asking me, she's like, "Do you want to go to Abbey Road? Like, we should, go. You've always wanted to go there." And I said, and I would like, as soon as I landed, I was like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna go over to Abbey Road. I'm not gonna go there until I record. Like, I want to go there cold. I want to go there like until when I can go in and actually like record music there.
Right.
I remember you telling me that, Robin.
Yeah. I've sold several people, and they're all like, "That's weird, but okay."
No, I get it though.
Yeah.
Oh, Robin, was everyone and their goddamn mother doing the stupid Abbey Road walk though, to the point you're like, I can't even cross the road?
We actually didn't go up towards Abbey Road. We we stayed.
You didn't want any of them.
Oh, you weren't even in the.
It's not that we weren't like if there was something up there that we wanted, that we were thinking about going up there, because we were staying. I'm trying to picture London in my head, because we spent most of the time walking around. We did the kind of tour. We did a lot of touristy stuff. We spent most of our time. Shut up. We spent most of our time in and around the Westminster area.
Yeah.
Is that where the cheese comes from?
Yes.
Mewinster cheese? West Mewinster? Am I saying it right?
I have no idea what you're talking about, but that is great if that's the name of a cheese.
Muenster. Mewinster.
That is fantastic.
Some call it Munster. I'm pretty sure it's Mewinster.
Oh.
God. Anyway, go on. Bad joke.
Yeah. Over my head.
I did the best I could, Robin.
No, it was good. It was good.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. All right. I want to talk about the important stuff. Excuse me. I've had a little coffee cough the last couple of days.
Stop your coughing. Stop it.
Sorry. So, homie, the first time I met you was when you were playing with Robin on the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to go more on the guitar side now.
Okay.
What are your who are your influences? Are you a metal cat gone indie pop, or have you always been that? What's your thing?
Let me answer your question with the question. Is that how I come across to you? And I'm genuinely curious.
I don't. Maybe indie pop is the wrong word. Indie for sure. Like very Austin. Isn't Austin indie?
So okay, that's just fascinating. Are you from Nashville?
I'm from Austin, Texas.
Oh, you are from Austin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Huh.
I'm in Nashville.
It's funny.
Okay.
It's funny because
right. Cool.
I would describe Austin as indie as well. Like
very hipster.
But Austin indie.
Yeah, but like
totally
Austin,
different from
it's
LA
totally,
indie.
Yeah, totally different from LA indie.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But you're. I mean, I texted Robin right before the show because I listened to 3 or 4 of your songs, and I was like, this sounds very Austin. So whatever Austin is what I was reminded of.
See,
I was getting U2 vibes meets the 1975. That's kind of where my head was going.
Okay. Fair enough.
Hey man,
Awesome.
I'm the consumer,
that's
and that's
fine.
where my head went. So
Yeah.
It is what it is. Take it how you would like.
Okay.
So where are your influences, like guitar wise, and then we'll get musically. Like where does your music come from?
Fidgeting. Let's see here. Well, some of my guitar influences have nothing to do with the guitar because
absolutely
right because
I know that. That's why I'm asking you because
right.
I'm a metalhead.
Right.
Okay, that's
right
how
on.
I make my money.
Mm-hmm.
But if you listen to my originals, they're pop R&B. So you have a very similar situation.
Okay.
I'm assuming.
Like right. Okay. Well, here I'll answer your question maybe by kind of partially answering the next question. I'm inspired to write great guitar riffs, or by great, I just mean things I find fascinating.
I'm amazing.
Yeah, I'm amazing. Ingve J Malmsteen, make sure you got the J. I'm inspired by people like Deadmau5, and I hated Deadmau5 like 15 years ago. I hated it. I was like. And I did the whole thing that everyone else did. It's like, oh, it just sounds like a fax machine fucking a printer. But now that I knew better, and now, like, years ago, I went, I was going to listen to a little bit. Like, oh, wow, these melodies are really cool.
Totally.
Oh, wow, this production is ridiculous. I'm a fucking moron. Oh, wow, the way he thinks about stuff is not too dissimilar from Kurt Cobain, because it's like, here's a really simple idea, and I'm going to repeat it, but I'm going to expound upon it and make it do things and twists and turning and keep it fascinating as it moves through the pathway, of the song.
The first time you saw the way he spells it, did you read it Deadmau5?
Yeah, like everyone else.
Yep.
Sure.
Same. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm
Yeah.
not crazy.
Yeah, no.
Who's Deadmau5?
Yeah.
Joel Zimmerman. The most, like, unlikely name. You're like, his name is Joel? All right. That's cool. So anyway.
Love it.
But then I love Albert Collins, I love Keith Richards because it's so weird and it's so genius at the same time. Keith is maybe like the first iconoclastic hero, because his version of how to be a hero is one that's like, I don't want to be a hero, so I'm going to be the anti-hero. I mean, at least, but ironically, he's kind of the blueprint. Who else am I really into? I love Neil Young. I love Alan Haynes here in Austin, Texas. Mm-hmm. Great fucking player, amazing player.
Mm-hmm.
like any other teenage boy, I was like, oh, here's Hendrix, here's SRV, here's this and that. And then, what's funny is I knew about everyone else before I got an Eddie Van Halen, because it was like I only knew of Jump. And when I was a little boy, like I was about 5, I thought Jump was some black soul singer out in front of a synthesizer band. Not realizing that David Lee Roth is this little white Jewish guy from California.
Right on.
Or really Indiana. And so
did you go through a metal phase?
Yeah, I did. I know all of Diary of a Madman.
Good.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
I mean, Ozzy is my favorite artist. When people say, "Who's your favorite band?" Ozzy, all the time, no matter what.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Ozzy solo.
Yeah. Sure.
Not Sabbath. I respect Sabbath and I like Sabbath, but Ozzy in particular.
Did you feel like after 73 Sabbath it just got a little too Spinal Tap?
I couldn't tell you, my friend.
No? All right. Okay.
I do not know enough about Sabbath.
Fair enough.
Now is after 73 Mob Rules by any chance?
I don't remember the specific album names. I just remember there being like that.
Well,
they're
I
like
played
heavy drug album.
I played Dio's birthday bash last weekend.
Excellent.
Last weekend at a venue here in Nashville, and I did 2 songs off of Mob Rules, and they're super fun to play. They've got some riffage, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very riff oriented.
Oh, here's a funny thing about sort of like Ozzy. Shit. Oh, damn you, Liquor! You just stole my memory.
Yeah, I saw you pour in the I was gonna say Hungry Man
baby.
Jack.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, the Hungry Man.
Gentleman's Jack, that's what it is. Okay.
Shit. Hang on.
When did Ozzy leave? Oh, it was the last album. So Never Say Die was the last album with Ozzy Osbourne, and then the first Heaven and Hell was the first one with Dio. That's right. So yeah, Zach, what you were talking about, Mob Rules, that was 1981.
Okay, so after 73.
Yeah.
Cool. There we go. Solved.
So okay, I couldn't. Yeah, Black Sabbath was one that I never dove into too deeply. I should probably do that though.
Can I tell an Ozzy related story? Sorry, I'm trying to burp.
You can
just super
say
quick.
Whatever you want, man.
Awesome. I was out in West Texas at Lubbock at the Spoon or the Spoon, and Brad Gillis of Night Ranger walked in. And yeah, and I was like, "Hey, it's Brad Gillis!" And
were you playing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Good thing I'm a little loaded right now. I'd be kind of nervous." He got up and he grabbed my Strat, which doesn't have a floating trem on it at all. It's like screwed into the, 5 springs, all that shit. And he just got up and he just started wailing on it, and I'm like, "Cool, wow." Sitting there taking notes, like, "Okay, do that, do this, do that." Nice guy too.
Sure.
But it was. I mean, he walked over and just like dimed the amp.
So
like,
he ask to get up, or he just got up and grabbed your guitar?
I asked him to get up. I was like, "Hey, you wanna get up and play?" And he was like, "Yeah." And the band was mid song, and I just kind of put my Strat on him.
I love that. What did he play?
Oh, he just went into like some 12-bar blues and just started like doing these like sweeping, like crazy tapping or arpeggiated stuff where it's like, wow. And it was loud. It was like, "Whoa, am I that loud?" And bartender's like, "No, he just dimed your amp." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Do you remember what amp you were playing through at the time?
Yeah, it was a Marshall full stack. No, half stack, pardon me. It was a half stack.
Was it
100 watt?
800?
No, it's a modified 2000 with an 800 upright transformer in it. With 6550 tubes.
You literally, what you just said sounded to me just like wah 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 tube, and I'm like,
yeah, it's based off of the Zakk Wylde mod.
Okay, righteous.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Are you a Zakk Wylde fan?
I like Zakk Wylde. Yeah.
I'm a huge Zach Wild fan. I love Zach.
Yeah.
Dude,
He's
sounds
actually
like...
sort of underrated because everyone just goes, "Oh, it's just a woo." It's like, no, there's way more to his playing than that.
Of course.
Yeah.
But that mod sounds really fun.
It sounds incredible.
I played through a JCM 2000 at the show that I played on Friday, and it was really fun. The mid range is fun on the Marshalls, and it definitely cuts. So because I'm a 6L6 guy myself.
Sure.
And I don't know. I'm very tempted in diving in the Marshall world. I'd love a 1989 JMP, which is basically just a JCM 800 50 watt.
Sure. Yeah.
I love that stuff. What about you, Robin? What's your favorite Marshall?
I like my Vox
AC30.
AC30.
Marshalls.
I like my Vox AC30. Although a couple of the guitar tracks on my new EP are cut through hold on. I wrote it down.
Okay, let us know.
Sure. They're through a Marshall into a Marshall. Yeah, didn't I send you a picture of like when we were doing the amps and we did stereo. We had 2 stereo Marshall cabs in the room.
We've got so many text threads going. I don't know what you sent me, but Andy, have you ever played through the JVMs?
Remind me again what those are.
The Marshall JVMs.
Isn't it like the Yngwie Malmsteen ones?
No, just okay. It's one of their like higher gain models. They come in a 2-channel and a 4-channel. A 50 watt and a 100 watt.
This the one that Joe Satriani plays through is kind of based off of it's sort of the rectifier Marshall, if you will, in terms of the layout of the.
Possibly. Yeah. I know like Nita Strauss uses them.
Okay.
Maybe Satriani used them. I don't know. I really enjoy them. Do you know Jason Frankhauser in Austin? Killer guitar player in front of house guy. He turned me on to the JVMs a couple years back, and so I went to a guitar shop, and they had a 2-channel 50 watt one, and I plugged it into a Friedman 112.
Awesome.
And it blew my mind. I couldn't believe it.
Sweet.
I'm a big Friedman fan as well.
Oh, I used a Marshall JMP Bob Bradshaw modified. No idea what that means.
Hell yeah!
But
Bob Bradshaw modded everyone's shit back in the day.
Okay.
And probably
is that the same Bradshaw that does the Bradshaw systems, like the first like MIDI switchable things? He started it, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So we did that one, and then. So that was Rhythm Guitar 1. The Rhythm Guitar 2 was I was a Duesenberg Decaster guitar through Lou Reed's, his personal Soldano Reverbero Sonic combo, and then through a Marshall 412, and then I did the solo with my Telly Bad Cat Trim Cat. So that's the head that we used.
Fuck yeah.
Sounds fun, man.
Through a sex drive pedal.
Well,
as in Sexton?
No, it's just called Sex Drive.
No, but I think it was built for Charlie Sexton. That's what's called the Sex Drive.
Oh, maybe it
Pretty
was.
sure. I mean, I was told that. You never know around Austin. Legends become legends because someone said so.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a pedal they had at the studio, and it sounded really good. So, and all of it
maybe
went
someone
into
will chime in and let us know.
All of it went into a Marshall 412. So.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, this is over Same Sky?
Yeah.
Awesome. What preamps did you end up using?
I wasn't paying attention to that. I wasn't paying attention.
That's right. You're being the artist.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to all that. I know that
he didn't even take any pictures.
What are you talking about?
I was like, hey man, you got some social.
Someone posted something.
Yeah. Go to my thing. I've posted a ton of pictures.
I thought you said you don't do pictures when you're in the studio.
I'm not thinking about it all the time when I'm in the
studio.
studio.
Go to pornhub/robinmordecai.com/porn.
Yeah, you'll find all of it there. No, it's just most of the time when I'm in the studio or even in any sort of creative thing, I just don't think about pictures. I just don't think about doing that.
Yeah.
And so if I think about getting one, I'll be like, oh yeah, and then I'll forget to post it.
You should get one of those selfie sticks that's just like a backpack. I'm just inventing this in my head. I'm sure it's already been made though. And it's a selfie stick that kind of comes out of your back, kind of like a xenomorph, and then it just sort of curves around here, and you can put your camera right there, and you can just do that.
Yeah, there's a backpack that you can clip your phone to above it.
There.
Or like a little
sticking
thing. I don't know. People are weird, man.
Nerds.
I know. Hey, by the way, this signal is brought to you by United Audio's 47 FET into a tone beast into an actual 1176. Pow!
Well, it sounds great, man.
Yeah.
Thanks. It's like being a smartass.
When you posted that thing so like I made the post today, and then immediately that stupid person commented and was like, "This is great, promoted on such and such," and then you made
hate that.
It
you
drives
like that?
me nuts. And then you posted your thing, and I was sitting there, I was like, oh man, I really need to think of something witty to like comment back on it. And then
promoted on analprobe.com.
Yeah, it's like I hate those things. They drive me nuts.
Well, great. Now they're never going to want to be on the show.
Good. I don't want them on the show.
But what's weird is some of them link to what look to be semi-legitimate, like Capitol Records R&D. I'm like, really? Research and development for Capitol Records? You go there, it's got 2.1 million followers.
They're
like,
probably
is this
all
really real?
Probably all fake.
You know, we had a similar situation where we got reached out to by was it a promoter or a record label? And in the band, I won't name any names or bands, but the band that they were talking about was one of my buddies was in the band.
Yeah.
So I called him. I was like, "Yo, dude, is this legit or not?" And it actually was a legit company. So there are.
I do remember that. Who was that?
Wow.
I will text you.
Okay. Well, they were a guest on the show, though, right?
Not yet.
Oh,
but they will.
Not yet. They weren't.
No. I know exactly which one you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah.
I won't.
But it totally seemed fake, and I'm like, yeah, this is bull crap. And I wanted to let my buddy know to be like, yo, dude, this person is claiming to be your management, and sure enough, it was his management. So.
Yeah.
All right, gentleman, Jack.
Well, you are in Nashville. This is Tennessee whiskey, isn't it?
There you go. You said it right.
Whiskey. My code word will be whiskey.
Well, my parents have this next door neighbor who went to Vanderbilt, and he always tells me the right way to say it.
Whiskey.
It's
sometimes
whiskey.
Whiskey.
There's an H in there.
There's a H.
H. Herbs. Okay, so you answered your guitar stuff. So now get to where your music influence comes with. And I hope that there was no. I hope you did not get angry or offended that of who I said my head went to. I was just letting you know like the vibes that I was getting.
You said U2, right? That was
I was getting a couple of U2 vibes, and I was getting some 1975 vibes, which I love the 1975. You can ask Robin.
Mm-hmm. Robin, does Zach love the 1975?
Yeah, it's a little. It's love is kind of an understatement. It's a little weird, honestly.
No, that song "Chocolate" is great. That is just a great tune.
Their best song is "She's American."
Yes, I was gonna say American Girl, but yes, She's American. Thank you.
Which apparently that song is about Taylor Swift. I don't know.
Dude, what?
Yeah.
Did they have a thing?
Yeah, the lead singer and her had a thing. Much like her and pretty much every major male pop star of some sort.
Basically, if you
we got to get big, bruh.
Date Taylor Swift, you're going to be written about.
Yeah.
Good. Do we get a piece of that?
No.
Fuck no, you don't.
No.
Well, you get to say you got a song written about you.
It's
well, actually, it's probably Scooter Braun.
Oh yeah. No. He only owns the first, like the original albums that she did. She's no longer with that. Okay. That's why she's she's re-recording all of her original albums.
And all power to her. I wish her all the best, but he's lobbying to make sure which one actually gets played on Spotify then.
Oh, I'm very curious.
Come on.
I'm very curious to see how this is all going to play out, because that's it's like that is a truly fascinating business thing of like, okay,
it is.
I want to see where this goes, just to see, like, can an artist,
how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Yeah, how deep the rabbit hole goes, and can an artist like really stand up to a record, like, to someone like that and beat him? I'm just curious.
I mean,
now it happens
when
to
you're
be
Taylor Swift, I'd say yes.
Well, and see, that's the thing. It's the okay. It's you're watching two billionaires rush to space right now with Bezos and Musk, and now you're watching two millionaires basically duke it out.
Bezos and Musk. I thought it was the
Elon?
Branson.
I don't know. That's Virgin. He's doing his own. He's in his own little world. No, Bezos and Elon Musk. Those two guys. They're the ones who are in the billionaire space race thing. What is it? Blue Origin, and is that Bezos thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Blue Origin and
Blue Orgasm and XXX Space.
No, I thought it was Space XXX.
Yeah, either way.
No.
But yeah.
No, hey, dude,
You are
SpaceX
correct.
pretty cool, man. I got friends that work for them.
Yeah.
One of my friends, I didn't even know this. I called her the other day, and I was like, hey, how you doing? What are you up to this day? And she's like, I'm a rocket scientist. And I'm like, oh, that's funny, nice. What are you doing? She goes, I work for SpaceX, and I monitor the like, she showed me a picture of like her control station, and like she monitors the health of
the astronaut.
The astronaut. So like
Wow.
she looks like all their vital, like inside their suits, they're hooked up to
yeah.
all kinds of shit, and
That's
they know
a serious
it all.
job.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
fuck yeah.
wow, like you
Very cool.
you did
Yeah,
something with
exactly.
your life. That's great.
We have a podcast. You're a rocket scientist.
But I really know one, so it's pretty cool. And then my best friend that lives in Plano, his wife's Plano, Texas.
I don't live in Plano.
Oh, come on, dude. His wife's brother worked, I don't know, for SpaceX, and he was in charge of the parts department of, like, it provided the parts to build this stuff. It's the craziest thing, man. Like,
That's why he's here.
You always wonder, like, who does this shit? And it's like, I know who does this shit, actually.
Yeah, exactly. You don't hear about them, no.
No, they do
unless
exist.
you go on this podcast, and then we fucking hear about them.
Absolutely. I don't know, man. I'm so proud of all my friends.
You should be. That's incredible.
They do some really cool things.
Yeah.
So
you do some really cool
awesome.
things too,
Well,
Yeah.
Bless you. That's very sweet of you. Thank you. I've been very blessed, and I'm definitely enjoying this journey that we all call life.
Hey, just don't stop believing.
Hey, man. Never.
Or because if you stop coming around here, you'll be a foreigner.
Right. Sorry.
Where's Johnny Gowdy?
We had him on.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we had him on.
Good.
He was our last guest last season. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dude, that is a good dude.
Yeah.
He is
I
a
remember-
good dude. He's a very good dude.
We ended the show and we hung out for like another 10 or 15 minutes, and I was like, I want to hang out with you next time I come to Austin.
He's a
that
super
cool.
easy hang.
Yeah.
He's great. And his stories are hilarious because they're from like back in the day, and he tells you stuff about people where you go, word. And all three of us have all seen our fair share and heard our fair share, but it's stuff that just makes you go, fuck, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I
love it.
I look forward to it, man. I look forward to seeing you in person again and hearing you play, man. You're a shredder, dude.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you need to go see him do his thing. Like, you saw him play
sure.
with me, and I have a specific thing that I'm going for. But
Wait, which he is his and hers his is his? Are you telling Zach?
I'm telling Zach to go see you.
Sorry. Oh,
You don't
Individually.
You don't need to go
away from Robin.
Yeah, you don't need to go see Zach. But
oh, come on.
I'm kidding. But yeah, no, Zach, you need to go see Andy do his thing.
Okay.
Because it's different than what I'm doing. Like,
Sure.
He came and played a part in my band, and when he's doing his thing, it's a power trio. So he's, actually doing a shit ton more than I ever do in my band. Like,
Well, I look forward to hearing that. And to show how much the ADD has happened, you still haven't answered my question
I know.
of
Okay.
where your sound comes from.
Which aspect of my sound? Like just
The overall sound. Who what bands, I don't want to say what bands are you trying to sound like, but what vibe are you going for? What do you want your genre? What do you want people to think when they say, what genre is he? What do you want them to say?
Slick, get up, little Mac.
Did I ask too many questions at once?
No. Just like having a existential crisis.
Right on. Well,
just making fun of myself being a musician, as we all are. That's kind of fuck. Whew. It's hard not to talk about the elephant in the room. That's COVID. And I write songs or come up with ideas that sound right to me, and I try to write lyrics about stuff that's thanks, Tim. Try to write songs about stuff that's actually happened to me, or people, or things I've witnessed. And I don't do the thing where I plaster on a fake smile and like act like everything's all right and sing songs about great joy and great this while the rest of the world is motherfucking burning and people are dying. I think I'm just like, that's the polar opposite of what an actual artist is. You know, I'm not dissing anyone in this room here, by the way. I'm not. It's aimed at other people. Yeah.
So when you
I just take stuff in and interpret it, and if it has an element of rock guitar to it, so be it, because it's what feels right and sounds right. If it has more of a vocal element, it's what feels right and sounds right to me. If it has more of like a glitchy kind of synthy, almost borderline EDM thing, is what sounds right and feels right to me. And I'm just going to put it in there because I'm just at the point where you look at the internet, you know, and that was a bad Tom Cruise. It came out like someone else. But when I look at everything and I compile all the information all of us are all overly exposed to, I just go like, fuck, like people are, this is just me. People are still talking about Justin Bieber. Really? That guy's still a thing?
I mean, dude, he's still releasing singles, man. And he's staying relevant, like with TikTok. I mean, we can all diss on TikTok all we want.
I have never once seen him come across my For You page on TikTok.
Okay, well, dude, because you look at weird shit, man. So,
but my point being about that is, it's just we're in such a weird state of flux and a moment where everything is seismically shifting within the music business. You can't even call it an industry anymore. It's just nothing but a bunch of schisms everywhere. I mean, it still functions as one big thing, but like if record labels are not going to invest being the key word, and I mean fiscal, I mean actual invest real tangible monies, then fuck them. Because it's like, dude, you can't treat everything and everyone and anyone like some like dinky little piece of plastic from Amazon. It's just you just can't do that. And then turn around and keep spinning the Beatles, and keep spinning the Stones, and keep spinning Black Sabbath, and keep spinning Van Halen. We all love those bands, but the reason why those bands are who they are, and Hendrix and any just anyone from that generation, regardless of whatever the hell you look like, it's because they were given a platform. They were given an actual chance. There was an actual mechanism there and there was a type of security. There's no securities anymore in music business. It's just fuck you, pay me, or fuck you, figure it out. And so I just write songs about my life experiences. I basically gave you a Florence and the Machine answer. If you've ever watched an interview with her, that was very much how she answers every single question. With all due respect to her.
I just wanted to know what genre you are.
That's what.
This is all fallout. This is all fallout from like post-COVID. Like all these emotions are rushing out. Like
did that,
genre?
Did that not answer your genre question, Zach? I mean, I know exactly what he's talking. Like,
yeah,
you didn't
not even the slightest. I appreciate like everything you just said, and I respect everything you just said. But I
am curious.
Are you pop? Are you rock?
I think I'm. I call it glitchy alt rock.
Yeah.
Glitchy alt rock.
Yeah.
Right on.
Because it's like when you listen to like Meloman, it's got this great guitar-driven rock song with like these great elements of just pop like sprinkled in, and then you move forward to like Dirty Conversations. And it's definitely a rock song, but I would definitely say that it gears more towards that like amped up indie rock. But except you knew what except you know what you're doing, unlike most indie rock bands. And then I was listening to Find Yourself.
Well, now we're not gonna have any indie rock bands on here. Thanks, Robin.
But
hey.
But then you listen to Find Yourself, and I was
Worse
like,
has been said.
I was like, whoa. That's got you've got that glitchy synthy element to it. So when you said glitchy alt rock, I was like, that's right. That's a really accurate definition.
Even Juice, the song from Melomania, not Meloman, Melomania, even it has like kind of like a glitchy kind of sort of postmodern approach to what Zach described as kind of a metalhead come indie rock guy.
The phrase postmodern.
Or is it indie rock come metal? I just never know where to put the come.
Sounds like a personal problem.
It's a grammatical one, I promise you.
Right.
The phrase postmodern really it's like an oxymoron to me.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, modern means now.
Because modern is
right now. Like
post. Right. Yes, it's current.
Or is going to be.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, hey.
Right on, dude. Well, when I hear postmodern, I think of Postmodern Jukebox.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's so good.
I love their videos, man.
Yes.
They're great. The other band that does stuff like that is, I think, is a duo called Pomplamoose.
Oh yeah, dude, they do great stuff. I love them. There's a husband-wife,
and they do amazing mashups of like songs.
Hell yeah!
I was just like, what? What is it? They did one with like, was it Billie Jean? Can't Feel My Face. There was another one in there too.
Yeah. Yep.
And I just like my brain was just like, this is amazing. I want to cover this, but then I'm not going to.
Have either of you heard the postmodern jukebox version of I'm All About the Bass?
Yes.
With Kate, the upright bass player?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking amazing.
My friend
Incredible.
My friend sang a song with them.
It's better than the real McCoy.
What was...
It's nothing against Meghan Trainor, but it smokes her version of it. It's not even close.
Well, I love you, Meghan Trainor, and you are more than welcome on this podcast. Please forgive everything that they have just said.
I said there's nothing against her.
Yeah, but Robin said absolutely.
Well, okay.
Oh, I just
absolutely. She's trash.
She's not trash. She's got good stuff, and I liked All About That Bass. I just think that there's her version of All About That Bass is very driven and produced.
Oh, it is.
And it's meant to be on pop radio.
Oh, totally. No, I know.
Yeah, but then Postmodern Jukebox comes along and does it, and to me, they did it in a more musical way. So that's why I like that version better.
Yeah, it sounded like it came out of the 40s. It was like, whoa.
Yeah.
They actually not only nailed the vibe, but the raw musicality. I mean, it was just like two mics in the room and it's everything else. That's it.
You're talking about Postmodern?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, they're great. My buddy
Yeah.
Casey does some upright bass stuff with him, and then Georgia was in the show in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the. My friend sang a.
Which Georgia?
Georgia Napolitano. She used to be
Okay.
an Austin cat. Yeah.
I'm trying to
I thought you
find
meant Georgia Bram Hall. I wasn't sure.
the song that my friend sang with them, but I cannot find. I can't find it. I don't know. I know she sang one. It's like Sunny. It's Sunny something. Sunflower. She did. Yeah, she did Sunflower. It's on Sepia is the New Orange. That album. And
Sepia.
Sepia. I say sepia.
Is it sepia or sepia?
I've always said sepia.
I've always heard people from Portland, Oregon, call it sepia.
Oh, don't you know?
Well, I got this little baggie of marijuana. It's yeah, no, yeah.
Oh,
God.
oh dear.
And that Courtney, she was a bitch.
Oh. Well, now Courtney's not going to be on here. Thank you.
I don't think you want her on his show.
I don't know which Courtney you're talking about.
Courtney Haight.
Who's Courtney?
Ah, I see what you did there. Okay, right on.
I
Gar.
don't give a fuck. Hence,
All right.
I don't give a fuck about that.
I
mean, Jesus Christ. Seriously, like, all this happened in the last year. Oh, what if I say the wrong thing? It's like, are you a terrible person? No. Okay.
Yo.
Like, okay, here, let me just say something real quick. Last year, at the height of the pandemic, I call it the pandemic. Other people call it the panty. I had this.
Never called it that.
Which is fine. It is. You can call it that. I had someone slide into my DM, like finger pointing at me because I was Facebook friends with someone that I didn't even know I was friends with anymore. I'm Facebook friends with this person, and this person's a total fascist, this and that and this and that. And I was like, oh, okay, shit, I didn't know. What do you mean you didn't know? I'm going around hunting these people. I'm like, cool, I'm in the middle of a session. Can we talk about this later? Send. No, you have to take care of this now, or else I'm going to do this and that to you. Like, fine, I'll unfriend him. Calm the fuck down. Send me screenshots so I know. I'm like, okay, here, fuck off. I knew you were a good person.
Well,
And a person, and if this person's watching, you know who the fuck you are.
Of the there's two people watching right now.
That's fine.
So when you watch this replay, you know who the fuck you are.
All right. This is a non-political podcast.
We're talking
everybody.
about politics, but anyways.
No, it wasn't politics. I was just sitting there picking my nose, and this person accused me of a lot of weird shit.
Well, Mr. Andy McIntyre, but before we wrap up,
We didn't really talk about anything, did we?
That's the whole point. We just sit here.
ADD podcast.
Yeah, it's an ADD podcast. We just sit here and shoot the shit.
But
All
we definitely want to give you a chance to tell us about any upcoming songs, albums, shows coming up. Let us know where people can go and hear you. Go for it.
Okay. I just put out a dual single. It's called Find Yourself, Fuck Yourself. It's my emotional response to what happened last year. And it has a music video for the Fuck Yourself song, which you can find on YouTube. It's the clean version because YouTube got so uber paranoid and they won't allow you to upload dirty stuff anymore.
Are you Canadian by any chance?
No, but I was born in Chicago.
Right on. Just
So
curious.
you're
Go
probably hearing these e's and e's in there and all that kind of stuff. And I have a very washy accent. And then because I went to Sunset and I have 2 new songs that everything's pretty much finished. They just need to be mixed. And I probably will put those out in the next month or 2.
Cool.
And
Awesome.
then in September, I'll be at just firming everything up. I'll be over at Empire Control Room
Oh, nice.
in Austin.
Nice.
So, and that's September 3rd.
Awesome. Well, if you're in
Right
Austin on
on,
September
man.
3rd, go check out Andy McIntyre at the Empire Control Room. It's a good venue.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Dude.
So
It is a great venue.
Yeah.
I love it.
I need to do a show there. I've been so lazy about booking. So,
Canadian, huh?
Yeah.
That's
so for
funny.
all you bookers out
asked-
there,
Boogers.
bookers,
Yeah.
Robin Mordecai is wanting to be booked.
Book Andy.
He wants to be booked. Book him. Why won't you book him?
This was a pleasure, Andy. I'm so glad that you got to come on and do this podcast, and we got to just shoot.
Thank you.
We got to shoot the shit for 69 minutes. So, I don't know.
Right on. For all those who tuned in, thank you for being here, and have a blessed week. Thank you, Mr. Andy McIntyre. TJ.
Thank you for having me.
Wait.
TJ's not here. Robin, after you.
This was fun. We'll do it again. Go follow Andy on everything, so all his social medias, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Woo! All this stuff is still so weird, even after doing 42 episodes of being like,
smash
that subscribe button, man.
Smash that bell icon. Thank you.
But I'd like to get our Instagram followers up, so go follow us on Instagram. And for those of you wondering, yes, those are fully automatic Nerf guns in the corner.
I just thought it was like a dismembered Strat.
No, those are Nerf guns, fully automatic. But the blue ones.
Those are AR-15s, brother. Don't lie.
No, I would never color AR-15s bright blue and orange. So, but yeah. Well, we'll be back next week, and hopefully, if I can get everything set up in time, we'll also be streaming live to Facebook as well as YouTube. So, yeah, our guest.
Is that a new update on Ecamm?
No, it's I'm gonna do Restream. I got a little percentage off deal for Restream, so we're gonna try it next week. So hopefully it works. And then tune in. Our guest next week is Dorothy Lawrence, who is a phenomenal woodwinds player and super big rock and roll fan and a lawyer. So we'll probably be asking legal questions. But yeah, tune in. Class dismissed.
Is this thing still on?
Yes, it's still on. I'll tell you when it's not.
Now is it off?
Do you think we can keep this ending gag going just like for the remainder of the life of this podcast?
Yeah, just do it for like 5 more minutes.
All right, I'm clicking the finish button.
Ah, you.